we're going to illustrate the removal of a needle board and replacement of a broken needle in it. And to start with, we want to take off the rear cover of the machine. It has 6 bolts on it. We've taken a couple of out to speed up the filming, but you remove your last bolts. They're thumb tight on there. They should be kept thumb tight, and remove the rear cover. When we remove the rear cover, it gives you access to see into where the needle boards and the needle board retainer plates are located. We then will remove the retainer bolts over the appropriate retainer plate, identified by the location of where the other possible, where the potential broken needle is at. Okay. After that, we'll then go ahead and take out the retainer plate, as we're illustrating to you here, and we'll place the retainer plate on the out of the way. And now it's time to remove the needle board. You can see we're using a screwdriver or the end of the Allen wrench to press up on the back of that. You saw the retainer needle board pop up from the retainer position. We now have a needle board removed, and we can identify that we in fact have a broken needle into that. We push down on that needle, easily remove the needle from the needle board, and are now ready to reinsert the broken needle. Okay. So we would then replace the broken needle back into the needle back into the position it was from which the broken needle was removed. Rotate the needle board around and begin to put that back in. It should slide back in. Everything is done so it goes back in very easily. As you can see here, you can see where the outline of that is at. We now will put in the retainer plate. Okay. Again, that after we have the retainer plate in place, we'll then go ahead and replace the retainer bolts. Tighten those up accordingly. They don't need to be twist tight, they need to be slightly snug. And sometimes you'll have to loosen, and we did it on this. The retaining bolt that's close by, again, tighten that back up, because they both put pressure on the retainer wall there, and tighten anything back up that you see that may be necessary in order to provide access to that. And we're now ready to replace the back cover on the machine. The machine is ready to reassemble. We'll start that by replacing. We took out two. We only had 2 of the bolts in it for illustration purposes to you. We'll replace those at this point in time, and from that point we've got the second one in, and you now have the rear cover in place on the machine, and that has completed the needle changing process on the FeltLOOM.